Hi, everyone, and welcome to what's happening this week at the Global PAD Association and our amazing YouTube channel, The Way to My Heart. And I am joined by the chairman of our Global PAD Association Patient Task Force. We have Douglas Salisbury. Thank you, Douglas, for joining us. You're just coming
Howdy,
off the
y'all.
big storm in Houston. You got some power back, I see, which is fantastic. Still so many people, unfortunately, without power over there in the Houston area due to that big storm, but you're digging your way out, and I love to see that you're back in action. So thank you for joining us.
Took a little work, but we handled it, and it just one step at a time, right?
Yep. And it also just it's perfect timing because we have so much going on this week. Yesterday, every Monday, we have Moving Mondays with Marcia. She's a wonderful PAD warrior. And when we say PAD, we're talking about peripheral artery disease, which is that disease of blocked arteries in the legs. 3 in 5 people who suffer a heart attack have it, but so many don't know it because doctors brush off those key symptoms of leg cramps and fatigue in the legs and leg pain as just diabetic neuropathy or fibromyalgia or arthritis or, oh, you just have a spinal issue or a lower back issue. But always ask to get those leg arteries checked if you're having any of those symptoms. It used to be an old person's disease, but now we're seeing younger people, especially younger people with type 2 diabetes or even pre-diabetes, or who have vaped for many, many years, whether it is nicotine or whether it's even marijuana, who are coming down with these blocked arteries in the legs sooner rather than later in life. So something to definitely be aware of. But we hope that you will come to us each week for great information, education on PAD and how you can live a better quality of life and hopefully improve your prognosis whether you have it or not. And of course, on Monday, back to what I was saying before, Moving Mondays with Marcia, our PAD warrior, PAD patient, Marcia, who is trying to deal with her own struggles with this debilitating disease. She is a Tai Chi, certified Tai Chi instructor, and she devotes an hour of her time every Monday to help us improve our energy, improve our circulation through the practice of Tai Chi. And that's incredible. So that's 10 a.m. Pacific time on Mondays, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Central. Tuesdays, every Tuesday, which today is Tuesday, we have our What's Up Doc series. So every Tuesday, we have a different doctor. So far, we've been dealing with interventional radiologists, interventional cardiologists. Today, an amazing vascular surgeon, Dr. Juan Carlo Correa out of Kansas City. And he is going to be here to answer questions. How often do you have a doctor, a specialist available to you that will sit here and answer every single question? Well, that's what they do every Tuesday. It's a different time every Tuesday to accommodate the different time zones and the different doctors all over the world. We're soon going to have Canada as well as Europe, as well as Australia join in the mix. And we have doctors there that are signing up for future Tuesdays to participate and answer your burning questions. Wednesday, and Douglas, this is where you come in. Wednesday is a really big day. We have um, a new nurse practitioner in the mix. She is a wound care specialist. She has an app called Wound Care Pro, and she joined us for the very first time the other day. And we talked about gaps in wound care and how her app is filling the gaps and helping to educate doctors and clinicians, as well as caregivers, on the most advanced wound care treatments that are available.
We
And
learned
so
so much the last one that it really we got to think about PAD and learning the whole compass of it, don't we?
oh, yeah, we do. You know, from the asymptomatic stage clear through the most advanced stage known as critical limb threatening ischemia or CLTI. It's also known as CLI, which is just critical limb ischemia. So whether the T or no T, it's still the same thing, the advanced stage where patients present with a wound that won't heal and they need blood flow in order to be restored in order for that wound to heal. But you know, there's only that's only half of it. The other half is getting that wound care, and that's that final mile. And that's where this nurse practitioner is coming to play, Ann Walsh. And she, through our conversation on Saturday for the Heart of Innovation, she actually ended up, and it was really cool. She said, I want to do this weekly. And so every week she is going to come on to answer your questions about wound care, not only patients, but clinicians and physicians. What questions do you have about wound care? She is going to be live for 30 minutes every single Wednesday. So make sure to check the calendar on our YouTube calendar and sign up for notifications. And don't forget to like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Everyone always asks me, how do you donate to the Weight of My Heart? I don't have money. Well, watch the commercials, like, subscribe, and watch the commercials. Watch as many commercials on our channel as you can, because we'll get just a few pennies here or there from YouTube for every commercial you watch. It's a great way to
Can you
donate.
imagine how many times we all hit the like button on everything else that we see, and how it would help, like with Ubers, with motels, with doctor appointments,
Yep,
how just that little bit makes a big difference in the
it
whole
really
big
does.
picture.
Yeah, because the Global PAD Association, as you said, will pay for transportation, will pay for copays. We've paid off deductibles so patients could get limb-saving procedures. I've actually paid for an overdue electricity bill so that a patient would actually stop working that day, get in the Uber, we got him, and get him over to have a limb-saving procedure. But his lights were going to be turned off that weekend, and we were able to go in, pay that electricity bill, and get that patient on the table and get blood flow restored. So we really do a lot to try and facilitate the life and limb saving care for patients with PAD. And as you said, I mean, even I've had an Uber ride for just $12 that made all the difference in the world for a patient in Louisiana. To get from a dialysis center to the hospital to have a limb saving procedure. So every single penny, every single dollar counts. So that you bring up a really good point. So also on Wednesdays, so we have our wound care specialist. We also have Deidre Arms, who is a heart disease patient herself with an early onset of a heart attack, and it runs in her family. But she has devoted her life since to being more of a holistic nurse practitioner, really has gotten into the natural means of nutrients, food as medicine, and supplements. And she's a big proponent of learning your nutrient deficiencies and being able to, get rid of those deficiencies, fill your needs in your body using food and some proper supplementation. And
Are you
so
talking
far,
about the
she's,
rainbow?
oh, the rainbow, taste the rainbow. And I'm
We're
not
talking
talking
about
about
the
Lucky
now we're
Charms.
not talking about Skittles. We're talking
Or,
about
no,
the
that's
food
Skittles. I
yeah, not
still got
Skittles.
it
We're
wrong.
talking about the food rainbow.
We are the food rainbow. And you know what was so amazing is, Douglas, as we were sitting there in this very first session with Deidre Arms, our nurse practitioner, she, you were sitting there snacking and she's saying, eat the rainbow. And you're like, I'm already eating the rainbow. Your intuition was fantastic because you had a bowl of all of these wonderful fruits and vegetables and you filled the rainbow right then and there. And so you really led by example. So we're so blessed to have you as our chairman of the PAD Warrior Task Force. I mean, just set an example and not even knowing it.
And she brings that knowledge that we need about about eating properly,
Yes.
in the nutrition and the pills, and di- um, all our blood work and all of that stuff, right?
Oh, that's important. Is she has been talking about the nutrient deficiencies caused by a lot of the popular medications that are used for cardiovascular and vascular issues, such as, um, diabetes medications, such as blood thinners and statins, and all of the above. And the importance of getting blood work to check your nutrients on a regular basis, like every 6 months, to make sure that you are getting the proper nutrients and you're not getting deficient in any form or fashion. She talked last week about potassium deficiencies. The week before, she talked about magnesium deficiencies and vitamin B deficiencies. So if you have not seen those yet, make sure to go to our channel at youtube.com/, the way to my heart, and get on there and search for nurse practitioner Deidre Arms and the past sessions to learn those nutrient deficiencies, the blood work you need. as well as to learn more about the foods and how to eat the rainbow to fulfill those nutrient deficiencies. This week, this Wednesday, she's going to be talking about a very important one, which I see in a lot of patients with cardiovascular and vascular issues. It's iron deficiencies. And that's something that's even plaguing me. It's plaguing my dad. So I'm really curious to see what she has to say about that, as well as the foods and the supplementation and the balance you need there, as well as even more importantly, the critical questions that you need to ask your doctor to ensure you are getting the right balance for you. What I also love about Wednesdays, and not to, I mean, it's just jam packed, but you have a little secret on Wednesdays. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Wednesday night we have a special committee that we get together, and the whole point about Wednesday evenings at 6 Central is an opportunity for us to get out of ourselves and out of that negative thinking and all of that, and come together and just share, laugh, talk, tell bad stories, and just have a moment of, because we all know life brings a lot of stuff with PAD, and it's a chance for us just to get out and laugh. And we harass each other. We tell stories about our past, and we just laugh about life. And it's a great opportunity to get out and have that moment of just relaxation and letting this part happen between here. Just let it go.
It's also great to meet new friends, and you get anywhere between a dozen to 2 dozen patients with PAD who join every single week. You also have the daughter of one of the patients who is a nurse as well, and she joins every single week, and it becomes a really fun conversation. Explain the bacon, though, because one of your nicknames is the Bacon
So
Buccaneers.
we all have grandmothers and grandfathers. I call them my papa and my mama, and they always told us about the old remedies that they had in the older days. So one of our gentlemen brought up the fact that his grandmother had told him one time to take a strip of bacon and put it on a cut, and that it would heal the cut. So unfortunately, we took it from there and ran, and it went ballistic. And now we all say, the joke is we're all going to put bacon on our wounds and put bacon. If we get a paper cut over here, I'm just going to put some bacon on it and it'll heal it. So it started from there, and it just became this monster all by itself.
And that's what's really great about these potential these community chats, because you develop these inside jokes that actually strengthen the bond in the communities, right?
And it's like the Bucky's. The Bucky's part of it is I drive to my brother's a lot, and all my stops are Bucky's, and it's a doctor. And unfortunately, I haven't done it, but I used to do a lot of Dr. Pepper ices. So we just kind of put them together, and it just became the kind of why we as a group come together and share and talk and just laugh, and a chance to get out of ourselves.
And so if anyone wants to participate, how can they get in touch to the secret community?
You can contact Kim or contact me at Douglas Salisbury at D Salisbury, thewaytomyheart.org.
I think that one is for you. Let me look. It's Douglas at thewaytomyheart.org. But you
Or
can also go inside our Facebook group.
right.
PADsupportgroup.org is what I is go to our community. Let us know that you have PAD, and let us know that you want to join the community so you could participate in these chats. Go to
And
PAD support group.
I will
I think
post
it is
this
.org.
Zoom link on Wednesdays at sometime during the day. I always post it. So you can just go to that too, and just join us on 6 o'clock sets when tomorrow night, and who knows where we'll end up.
That'd be fantastic. And so we're coming up on the top of the hour here, and we have an interview with a vascular surgeon. So if you're watching this right now, just stay tuned. You know, get onto our YouTube channel, youtube.com/, the way to my heart, and make sure you look for Juan Carlo Correa. He is the vascular surgeon. You can ask your questions of a vascular surgeon in just a few minutes. Just finishing up what's going to happen this week.
But we have to talk
Thursday,
about tomorrow. We have to talk about tomorrow.
Thursday, right?
With
Thursday
Thursday,
is the
yeah,
ask.
Thursday,
Yes.
Thursday,
Thursday, you're
Thursday.
turning the tables on me, and instead of me as the interviewer, I am going to be the interviewee and be put on the spot by you.
It's an opportunity. We are there's not a single person in the 13,000 people we have that in this group that don't think of you or call you our angel. But
Mhm.
we also know that you deal with a lot of stuff in your own life with your dad, with your health also. And it's amazing to think that you sacrifice some of that stuff for all of us every day.
Mhm.
So it's a chance for us to wonder to ask you those questions and learn about your reasons why you excuse yourself and not taking care of yourself as you should and put us all first when there are days you need to put you first so that you can be there for us. So we're going to bring the questions. We're going to bring the questions, and
Bring it on.
I'm not going to allow you to know them before because we want the real you. We all know the real you, and that's what we want Thursday in this interview, and to help you realize you have to take care of you so that you can keep doing what you do for all of us.
And my dad. Got to take care of my dad.
Yes,
We all love
yes.
our parents. And then Friday, this is going to be fun. This is thanks to our amazing YouTube producer, Josh, who is an angel in his own right, who has encouraged me to take on our Foodie Fridays. Foodie Friday developed because we have a book. It's called Food for Thought, and it's a PAD warrior's guide to better eating. It was literally based specifically on the questions that we were asked over our first couple of years at the Global PAD Association about diet. And we put together this book, the 100-page book, available on Amazon. We also do have a free copy online as well if you prefer a digital version. But we decided that food is a really popular topic. And Douglas, what do you have there?
I have my book, Food for Thought.
Wow, I think you might even have a couple copies there.
So yes, I have my book,
Your
Food for
handbook.
Thought, and it just covers everything that you did talk about.
Exactly. And so Fridays, it became very popular, and we started bringing it to life with some of the recipes and things like that. And we partnered with Cape Ray Resort down in San Diego to actually bring real chefs in to do cook their healthier recipes and show us how to do things professionally. But the most popular videos seem to be the ones where I was cooking and I was messing things up in the kitchen and spilling things everywhere, dropping eggshells into the mix and fishing them out. And it was just a lot of fun. And it was just more relatable. And we see every single day all of these influencers online who are absolutely wonderful at making food absolutely perfect and making things seem like they're just easy. And I don't know about so many of you, but for me and my busy life where I'm not focused on food all the time, I just, and I'm not a professional chef. I can't even cut. I have a cut here. I was cutting pineapple and I literally sliced the top of the skin off my finger. And it's still there right now. I've just took my band-aid off today. So we'll see. Hopefully I don't cut myself. I do everything in my power to prevent it, but I'm a real person and I'm making real food. And I don't have a lot of money. I have to do everything on a budget. And so what we thought and what my producer Josh was thinking is, well, why don't you just cook and let's just take those recipes that other people are cooking online and see if we, the real people, can actually make them. And most importantly, if there are popular recipes out there that look delicious, but they don't fit into the heart healthy diet, why don't we actually help make some, people make some healthier substitutions live as we're trying to follow their recipes. So instead of cream, we're going to use a homemade walnut cream, things like that. So that's going to be exciting. We have our first one on
It's a
Friday.
great show because at being single, I'm retired and I live on a budget, so it also helps me learn to eat properly and not because I go sometimes and it's hard to stop, like you say, and figure out what's good to eat, like the
Yep.
rainbow, like fish, like chicken, and being able to use the Instapot, all that stuff. So it's a real helpful guideline for me as a single person to eat properly.
Yep, it is so important, and we're going to provide different options. We realize everyone has a different diets. We're not going to claim to fit every single diet, but we're going to help you make the adaptations and think about how to make the substitutions that you need to make even the recipes we do more of a fit to your diet. This Friday, we're going to do low carb love. She is an influencer on YouTube, but low carb love. We are going to do her amazing, easy chocolate cake, 2-ingredient chocolate cake. So we're going to see how that works and see if I can put it together. She mentions in there and shows folding of egg whites. Well, we're going to see how that works out for me. So definitely you don't want to miss that. So make sure you do check out our YouTube channel and see all of the amazing events that we have coming up. It's going to be pretty exciting. I'm going to show you some of them right now. Look at all this. This is everything that we've talked about. We have our Ask a Vascular Surgeon. We're going to get that underway in just a moment here. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're watching that link on YouTube. Hit where it says notify me, and it'll notify you the moment that that stream starts. We're not always on time. We're not a network, but on, so we don't have those time constraints, but we try to be as much on time as we can. So check those out. Make sure on every single one of the ones you want to hit, make sure to click on notify me, and you'll get notified the moment we go live. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. Make sure like and subscribe to our channel, and make sure to follow us on
Don't forget
youtube.com forward
Saturdays.
slash the weight of my heart. I was deliberately leaving out Saturday because every Saturday I know we have it, but I don't have a guest for this Saturday yet.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to hear back because my dad is starting this new biofeedback something or other with health coach Neil Cannon, and I don't know what it is. So I thought it's to reduce inflammation somehow naturally. I don't know. I think we need to interview him to find out what's going on and the theory behind his madness. So,
might be
um,
interesting.
crossing our fingers again, youtube.com forward slash the weight of my heart, and watch for those lives and click on notify me to make sure to get those notifications. If you need any sort of help, though, or have questions about PAD, we have PAD navigators standing by at all times to answer your questions, to help you find a doctor, whatever you need. That is our Leg Saver hotline, 415. You can see it up there in the corner, 415-320-7138, 415-320-7138, or go to padhelp.org.